Greetings and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Let me start off by saying that this takes quite a bit of work and quite a bit of research. So to all those YouTubers out there who've been doing this for a while, my hat goes off to you. I give you a lot of credit because I didn't realize just exactly how much work is involved in putting together one of these YouTube channels. First of all, you have to be comfortable in front of a camera. And I don't think everybody is, so that takes a little bit of getting used to. You also don't want to make this a vanity project where it's just about you all the time. I've done this channel because I'm recently turned 65 years old, and I'm finding that there's a lot of issues that seniors are not able to get easily addressed. So I'm hoping that this will be a platform for people who are 65 and over to certainly express opinions and views, and who knows, maybe we can have a united voice and get things changed for seniors. Wishful thinking, perhaps, but you have to start somewhere. So again, this is a little bit of work that I wasn't anticipating. I'm not really a technology guy, so wow, this has all been new for me. And looking at all the YouTube videos on how to start a YouTube channel, I thought, whoa, this is way above my head. But a little bit of persistence and a little bit of research and starting with a very basic setup. I'm obviously using my phone and small tripod, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. Maybe at some point I'll have it a little bit more fancy, but I doubt that very much because I really want it to be a platform for people like myself who use technology, but use it in a limited way. We're certainly not experts. Now, what will be the topics on my channel? Well, I guess it'll be geared towards, again, issues that are related to people 65 and over. However, everybody is invited to tune in, and I hope the topics do interest everyone. And actually, for the very first topic today, because of timing, I guess, in Canada, we will have legalized cannabis, I believe, October the 17th. So I guess in about a month from now. And I've been giving this a lot of thought because I believe that the impact on young people, particularly with the driving laws, could be substantial. So what I would say to young people is right off the bat, look, whether you smoked before or not smoked before or ingested cannabis or whatever, don't do it while you drive. Because the reality is this is going to be a huge cash cow for the government in terms of fines. They're not saying much about that, but they know that they can really add to their coffers with fines. Look, for young people, actually for anybody, you don't want to be stopped, particularly if you've been smoking cannabis while driving, because you're going to face fines, you're going to face court time, you're going to face legal fees, and really at the end of the day, it's not worth it. So call a Uber, call a Lyft, call a friend, just don't drive. Now, as for the medicinal uses of cannabis, they look promising, and I think a lot more research will be done. But I guess like anything else, we have to be very careful about who controls it. Is it a monopoly situation? What is the pricing like? Because look, if it becomes inaccessible because of price, then really we defeated the whole purpose of doing the research to have cannabis available to people. So let's see where that goes. Sip of tea. Okay. Other topics I'll cover on this channel will be illness, because unfortunately as we get older, fact of life, parts of the body don't run as well as they once did. And yeah, we need a little bit more maintenance. Other topics I'm going to cover on this channel. Anything that may have to do with seniors. You'll certainly get my opinion on a lot of things because, hey, let's face it, I'm opinionated. Otherwise, I certainly would not have started this channel. There's a lot of things going on in the world today that require a little bit more thought, a little bit more civil discussion, less emotion. Let's face it, the world is changing. At 65 years of age, I can tell you there was a time in my life I didn't have a television. I didn't have a telephone. And then we went to black and white televisions with 2 or 3 stations. And then we had a landline. And then we have today technology which is changing at an ever-increasing speed. So for my generation, there's been a lot of catching up to do. I think we've done okay. We're still learning, and that's okay. You know, learning every day is certainly a good thing. Keeps the mind going. And in you know, when we see these days where there are ever increasing numbers of patients with Alzheimer's and dementia, good idea to keep your brain occupied. And again, this is another topic that I will get into later in one of my videos, Alzheimer's and dementia. It's close to home for me because I have a relative suffering from it, so I've seen it firsthand. Tough disease, very, very tough disease. So this has just been an introductory video today, and I hope you come back and join me. I hope to get these up every day. I hope to cover a little bit of news of the day, things I'm doing, books I'm reading, music I'm listening to, things that are interesting to me. Very briefly, I live in a co-op, a housing co-op. It's a building where everyone is over 55. So there again, I'll do a series of videos about that because that's quite interesting. Certainly I've learned a lot, and I've been able to meet an incredible group of senior people, and that's been a blessing in my life. So I count that as one of the great things that I've encountered in my later years. And again, I'll go into that at a later time, because co-op living is it may not be for everybody, but I would say for a lot of people, it's definitely an interesting way of living. You have a huge support group, and as long as you're willing to contribute to the group, because again, it is a cooperative, meaning everybody has a small part in contributing towards the success of your co-op. So yeah, I think that'll be an interesting series that I'll cover, that will be coming up, I hope in the next few weeks, because again, very first video today, still getting used to the format, still getting used to the platform, don't have things like editing software yet, so that's something I'm going to have to be looking at. And I will say this, the amount of time that is devoted to getting up a YouTube video is quite substantial. People think that, well, you just plop a camera in front of you, or plop your phone in front of you, and sit there and rattle off a number of topics. Not so easy, folks. Not so easy. Takes a bit of time, takes a bit of research, takes a bit of getting used to being in front of the camera, and I guess, certainly not for everybody. But yes, there's a little bit of a ham in me, and I do enjoy being out there a little bit. So again, this is my very, very first video. Will I make another one? Well, I certainly hope so, depending on how this one is received. Again, being a very, very first video, I don't expect a lot of views. That wasn't the intention. The intention, I guess, is more for me to communicate with people in my age group, and maybe give younger people an insight as to what happens as you get a little bit older, and your life does change. It certainly does. So again, I'm going to thank everybody for joining me on this very, very first YouTube video. And after I finish this one, I'm going to start researching topics for the next one, which I'm going to hope to get these out a couple of times a week. And I'm going to have to learn how to stop saying the word because it does creep into a lot of conversations these days. I'm noticing it, not just with myself, but with a lot of other people. So we're going to try to clean that up a little bit. Again, I don't have the editing software yet, so hey, maybe we'll do this the natural way with the errors and all. And because the fact is, in life, you really don't get a lot of chances to edit what you say. So I guess I'll let this be kind of a free-flowing conversation each day. And if I see I need the editing, then I will do the research and I'll get that in there. But for now, folks, accept me the way I am, um, warts and all, errors and all, as we go along. And hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun with this. So one of the things I like to do every day is give you a song of the day, only because I'm a huge, huge fan of music. I think that music can heal. I think that music can unify. Certainly been a strong force in my life. I will be talking to you about all the concerts I've seen in my life, which are numerous, and run the gamut from the Spice Girls to Jethro Tull. Don't ask, been to a lot of them. Of course, when you have a child, well, folks, you get to see a lot of concerts that were probably not on your list of things to see, but as you're a parent, well, you go along for the ride. So yes, I've seen a lot of the younger groups through the times when my daughter was young. Very enjoyable, loved every minute of it. Britney Spears looked great 20 years ago, still looks great today. Okay, so song of the day. Huge Beatles fan, huge Beatles fan, of course, my era. If you have a chance today, get the song Nowhere Man, tune it up, and listen to the harmonies, because I don't think, well, I hope we'd see those harmonies or hear those harmonies again at some point in the future, but right now the Beatles kind of stand the test of time in terms of harmony. So I would say Nowhere Man is song of the day, folks. And again, each day as I come on here at the end of the day, I'll give you a favorite song, and hey, hope you'll have a chance to listen to it and groove along. So I'm going to sign off for today, and I'm going to wish everyone blessings, sincere blessings. Hope your day is great. You may as well smile, because, hey, if you frown, you're not going to get anything. And if you smile, it just keeps you looking good. Until the next time we meet, namaste.